Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudramaruta Stunnandi Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanisadaihi Gayandiyam Samagaha Dhyanavastitadgatena manasa Pashyantiyam yoginaham Yasyantam navidusura suraganaha Devaya tasmai namaha. Verse number 54 onwards. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu madhvaktim labhate param bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yasyasmi tattvataha tato mam tattvato gyatva vishate tadanantaram sarva karmaniyapi sada kurvano madhyapashrayah mat prasadadavapnoti shashvatam padam avyayam sarva karmaniyapi sada kurvano madhyapashrayah mat prasadat avapnoti shashvatam padam avyayam. Right, Mahadeva. So, as we have been seeing, the entire Gita Shastra is now concluded in these verses. So the last 3-4 verses, as we saw, as to how every human individual must ultimately find his own home. Like the river that is meandering, rushing towards the ocean. No mountain can stop it, no desert can swallow it up. It moves and moves and moves until it finds its final destination. Same way also, human individuals, knowingly, unknowingly, shall continue to struggle to reach himself. Call it God, call it truth, call it consciousness, call it anything you like. No human being shall remain ever satisfied, contented with limitation of any kind. Unconsciously, everybody has experienced the sense of objectless happiness, awareness in the moments of joy as well as in your deep sleep state. No human individual is a stranger to absolute bliss. Everybody enjoys it in the moments of happiness as well as in your deep sleep state. In the moments of happiness, please understand, in the moments of happiness, even though it looks like you are starting with an object holding on an object, but the moment of a happiness, object drops out. In the moment of your deep sleep, is an objectless happiness. There is not even a pillow to hold on. Forget people. Forget anything. No thoughts, no objects, no sensation of any kind. Yet you are so blissful. Having tasted it, nobody can remain contented with anything less than that. Therefore, the search for fulfillment, search for happiness is something spontaneous, natural to every human being. But where to search for it? That is the big deal. Since the objects give you sensations, the world gives certain thrills, and emotion sometimes relieves you, everybody thinks the object shall be the source of happiness. Money shall be security. Relationships shall be stable and secure. That is where you are disillusioned, deluded. In the process you become disillusioned because you are looking for something where it is not. You are looking for stability in a relationship where there is no stability. You are looking for security in a money or things which by itself is insecure. You are looking for eternity living through this body. Again you shall be disappointed because body is mortal. It shall never survive. Body shall pass. So where to look for it? And when you find everything that you are looking for is in yourself, that is where you come back to the source. You return home. But by the time you appreciate that what I am looking for is in myself, so many ideas, thoughts, impressions you have already gathered. Even amongst the human beings, there shall be millions and billions who shall die never knowing that they are the source of happiness. Recently, I had been to a country. In that place, it was in Christchurch in New Zealand. Same thing happened this time like last time. There's a huge range of mountain there. Big, nice range of mountain. From the city you can see that. Everybody talked about it. Oh, such a nice range mountain. Now, last time when there were 2 days, it was fully covered. We didn't see. This time when we went, first day, fully clouded. I was laughing. If tomorrow he does this, of course I was going to stay for 3-4 days. If tomorrow onwards, by chance the cloud lingers, I shall never see it. Cannot believe that there is a mountain there because the cloud covers, like people coming in a rainy day to Arunachala. They see the whole mountain range covered. They'll never see the shape of the mountain. They cannot believe it. Most people also die, covered by the veil of ignorance. Awareness of themselves never becomes a reality. They pass through the life. The possibility is unknown. And when the possibility itself is unknown, how are you going to make it a reality that you are the happiness, absolute, immortal? Therefore, a person who wakes up, searches for himself, is a huge step forward. Understand? But long before you pick up this, already your mind is conditioned, crowded by so many different ideas, whereas we saw like sattva, rajas, tamas mind. The impressions like beginning with Sudra mind understand the whole division. It's not a caste division. It's a division of the mind. A Shudra mind, which is like a baby, a child, samskara varjitam, free from every impressions. The child meddles with everything. If you don't train him, it will be like an animal. And when you start educating the baby, it becomes a Vaishya mind. Everything for me, my car, my toy, my balloon, my dress, my book. The child will not allow anybody to touch his things. Vaishya. As you grow up, you are taught to share a little bit with other people. That time you become a Kshatriya. Then sometimes like you develop a Kshatriya mind. Again in the same person, tired of so many things, sometimes he finds little recluse in himself. Unconsciously, that becomes a Sattva, a Brahmana mind. Therefore, Brahmana, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Sudra are not four people. There are four different minds. And each person has all the four different minds. Dominantly, Sudra. Dominantly, Vaishya. Rarely living for others and at peace with yourself. You think for yourself. The entire humanity, the whole world is full of this. Come across, think of your friends, think of yourself. In your life, how long you have been absolutely restful with yourself? How long you have lived for others, even on a given day? Ask yourself the question, how long you are at rest with yourself? How long you are living for others? And how long you are living for yourself? 24 hours. And totally gross. My food, my car, my house, my things. Others don't exist. Even husband and wife can kill each other. Brother and sister can destroy each other. Lover, beloved can kill each other. All for what? Little something. There is an interesting Sufi story. There is a Sufi saint. One day he was going around and his name is Baijad, I think, B-Y-Z-A-D, something like that. And he was he had gone to Makkah and he was coming to Iran. Because he was a very famous saint, a lot of people came out to greet him. But this man, by nature, very simple, doesn't like to be feted, worshipped and all these things. So what he did, so he didn't like it. So, but too many people have already come out into the street. So what he did, he, along with his followers, he asked one of the students to purchase a loaf of bread. And this is Ramzan month. Ramzan month now, where everybody fasts, starves. So what he did, right in the street, he started eating the loaf of bread. As a part of a travel, he can do that. Like in Hindu tradition, they say, akale niyama nasti. When the time is not ripe, you are out of the home, out of something, you don't have to follow your rules. You can always, you don't have to bathe in the 5 o'clock. If it's 8 o'clock, so what? Something you can do that, they say. So, same thing also in a pilgrimage. So he started eating that bread. But the followers can't take it. When they saw that, my God, he is a saint, and look at, he's breaking the rule. Eating loaf in the bright daylight, in the city square, breaking the rule. Everybody went out. The man smiled and told to the person, you see, their devotion not to the wisdom. The devotion is to the conformity of their ideas. What the people want, if you live that way, they will respect you. If you live your way, of course they're wrong. Understand? Think of it. So most of the people are like that, selfish. Naturally, because under the spell of ignorance. So when you have thus developed that mind, how do I get out of it? This is where Bhagavan is coming to know about yourself. Whatever may be your thought, we have been seeing it for the last 2-3 classes. I hope it has gone into you. Whatever may be your type of mind, you don't worry. Bhagavan says, Sarva karmani maishanyasya. Whatever you do that, swakarmana tamabhyarchya siddhim vindati manava. Swakarmana, by your action, whatever you are, whatever type of mind you have, don't worry. Swadharma, what is that? Biguno swadharma. Even if swadharma bigunopi sreyan swadharma biguna. Remember that line. Your own dispositions, your emotions, your thoughts, even if they are a biguna, faulty, please be honest. Paradharma su anushthitat. If you are an angry person, show your anger. Don't pretend to be Vasishtha. If you are a hateful person, jealous person, lusty person, passionate individual, stupid, insensitive, be insensitive. Because if you are an angry person and pretending to be calm, you shall impress people for some time. But after some time, your facade will break. You are very calm and nice because the other person is appreciating you. Suddenly, the person does not acknowledge your calmness or your goodness. You explode. So that little pretentiousness makes you a more vicious person because they thought you are kind, but you are vicious. So now you are more vicious. Be honest. Bhagavan says, Swakarmana. Doesn't matter whatever thought you have, but can you sacrifice, dedicate that all your thoughts, the actions that comes from it, and the result that comes out of the action, everything at the altar of totality. Meaning thereby, your first thought must be known by you. There is no need to change your thought. There is a need to be conscious of your thought. Understand? Take that line and work on it. There is no need to change your thought. This is where the religion goes crazy. You should not have a bad thought. Give me a break. What is that bad thought? Imagine this is a knife, good or bad? Imagine a bottle. Okay, why imagine? This is a water bottle, good or bad? You are thirsty? I give it to you. Thank you. You are thirsty? What will happen? You are very thirsty. You are begging to me for water. You have seen that movies, Good, Bad, Ugly. And all these fancy movies, you see that the fellow will be thirsty and the fellow will be putting the gun, shooting down that water bottle. The water will be flowing down, this fellow will be thirsty. How do you like that man? Right? Good or bad? It's how you use it. By itself, not good or bad. Thoughts, good or bad. It's how you use it. Therefore, when you attempt to change your thought, you are trapped. Understand, thoughts by themselves are neither good or bad. Nobody knows what you think until you speak, until you act on that thought. Right or wrong? Just think, please think. Nobody knows what you are thinking until you act on it. So if you can be at the thought level itself, Ishvara, God is yours, conscious. Cannot at the level of action at least, swakarmana tam abhyarchya, your living is an worship. Every action worship. What people do is making worshipping an action. So bifurcated, compartmentalized. Morning 2 hours, throw flower, everything, rice, everything to God. Next 24 hours, kill everybody. It becomes nonsense. Understand. Appreciate. And for the 2 hours of so-called holy action, you demand to be worshipped as a God, even though you behave like a dog for the next 22 hours. It means nothing. Why is it for your 1 hour of holiness, you shall be expected to be worshipped as a God, but as a 23 hours of demonish behavior, you will not like to be branded as a demon? Why not? No. This is where you become absolutely hypocritical and stupid. No scripture expects it. You understand this? I tell you, this is amazing. Swakarmana. Your action is your worship. Every action must be worship. How does every action become worship? Every conscious action become a meditation. Every conscious action. When you consciously act, you do not grieve. You choose. Have you not seen it? As a children, you must have played the game. You want to teach your brother or your sister. What do? Deliberately take his pen or take his shoes, hide it somewhere. Just a game, children's game you play. You have to hide it somewhere. The fellow goes crazy. When he's going crazy, everybody else is affected. Where is his shoes? Where is his pen? Where is his book? Everybody is seriously searching for it. You are also seriously joining the search, but inside you are laughing. Right? Got it. Very good. Why? Because you are consciously joining the party. And then when everybody is worried, really worried, okay, you slowly put it and put it back. Oh, it's here. At the whole time, you are not affected. Why? Consciously. Suppose it's really not there. Like children you play, no? Kano. In Tamil. Can't see, where is the baby? Where is the baby? This time when I went to New Zealand after 7 years, the child who was like this one, he was really playing with me. Cute fellow. He was only 3-year-old. He still remembers me. Now he's 10-year-old, big boy, cricket captain. Oof. And I said, Kano, where is he? He was laughing. Anyway, suppose a child is kuti, small one. Your children you can't remember because you saw them when they were small. Now 7 years after, huge. You don't know what. Who is it? You don't remember. Because so big. Anyway, so the fellow, where is he? If you know where is he and you are looking for it, the child will giggle, pull you back. I'm here. You enjoy, child enjoys. Suppose you are really looking for it. Where is he? And really he is not there. What happens? You go crazy. Where is the baby? Well, swimming pool. Every wrong thought comes to your head. Conscious action. Every thought that comes, before you speak it out, act on it, are you aware? Then every action becomes worship. When you do that, with right attitude, ahankara, bala, darpa, giving up this, we saw it, and that no more assuming that I am the doer and all these things, prasannantakarana, brahmabhuta sanna, nasochati nakangshadi, being one with himself, he never grieves. And what happens? Mam, Ishwaram, yavan avijanati, aschasmi, yavanasmi, tattvataha vijanati. knows me as it is. How? Shankara comments, Aham upadhikruta vistara veda, aham vidhvasta sarva upadhi veda, uttama purusha akasha kalpa tammam advaitam chaitanya matra ekarasam ajam ajaram amaram abhayam aniyatam tattvataha avijanati. He said, you understand, even if you know this reality, it's some poetry. The whole living becomes a poetry. What shall be your description? He knows me, Bhagavan says, knows me as I am. How? That which is upadhi, sarva upadhi veda, where totally gone, vinashta. There is no upadhi. Nirupadhika Brahma Chaitanya. Because I look myself as I am. Not through the body, through the mind, through the thought, through the achievement, through things. Who I am is different from what I have. Even the word I is a name that I have. So who I am is a nameless, formless expanse. Same thing, Ishvara. Which is Vidhvasta Upadhi Veda, Uttama Purusha. Uttama Purushatvanyaha Paramatmi Dudartha. Remember that? Dvabhimo Purusho Loke. As you are chanting, you must remember. Dvabhimo Purusho Loke. Ksharascha Kshara Yevacha. Ksharas Sarvani Bhutani. Kutastho Kshara Uchyade. There are two types of Purusha. Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha. This is Kshara Purusha, gross body. The gross universe. Sense organs. Kutastha Akshara Ujyade. There the Akshara is not imperishable. The subtle body. Kutastha, Kute Vanchanayam Tishtadi. That which is existing because of the deception. Ahankar, subtle body. Akshara Purusha. Because relatively imperishable. It passes on. Body perishes, but the subtle passes. Uttama Purusatu Anyah. Other than the Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, gross and the subtle, whatever is. Paramatmeti Udharuta. Athosmi Loke Vedecha Prathitos Purushottama iti Prathita. Prathita Purushottama. Therefore, that is other than the Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, that is Purushottama. Loke Vede Prathita. Purushottama iti Prathita. Wow. You understand? I am the Uttama Purusha. Who is that? Everybody is. You understand? Know all your dimensions and play with your dimensions. Limited where you are limited. Limitless where you are limitless. Be the deathless. Enjoy death. Be the immortal. Enjoy mortality. Be the changeless. Enjoy the changes as long as it lasts. So, knowing him, Advaitam, how it is, Akasha Kalpam, space, like space, all pervasive, unaffected by anything. Advaitam, one without a second. Chaitanya Matra Ekarasam, there is nothing other than consciousness. Nirguna Parabrahma. Ajam, unborn, Ajaram, never aging. And something, Amaram, never dies. Abhayam, fearless. Always existing. That, hey Arjuna, Maham Tattva Jayantva, Vishate Tadanantaram, becomes one with me. To know me is to be me. You can't know yourself without being yourself. You can't know God without knowing yourself. And without knowing yourself, you can't know God. Both are one and the same thing. Isha Darshanam, Atma Darshanam. Knowing yourself is to knowing God. That's like Bhagavan says. Ahamatma Gudakesha Sarva Bhutasa. Hey Arjuna, I am the self in all the beings. 13th chapter. Idam kaunteya, idam sariram kaunteya, kshetramiti avidiyate. Idam vettitam prahu, kshetragyamiti tadvida. One who knows this is kshetra. One who knows this body, thought, minds, everything, kshetragya, your self-awareness. Kshetragyam mamiti vidhi, sarva kshetresu bharata. Know that kshetragya as myself in all the fields, in all the kshetras. Meaning, ahamatma sarva bhutasa astita. So you know yourself. So everything is concluded in this. Having told this, then what shall I do? With this attitude, you will be surprised by the commentary. Sarva karmani sada kurvano madvyapasraya mat prasadat avapnoti shashvatam padamabhyam. Hey Arjuna, sarva karmani api sada kurvana, always doing what? All actions, sarva karmani. You know what Shankara comments? Don't say, I am talking, huh? This is the beauty. Pratisiddhani api kurvana. Even if the fellow does pratisiddha karma, meaning the karmas which are not supposed to be done. Amazing freedom, understand. Why? Listen carefully. Please see. Even if the person who is pratisiddha karma, when he does, that time, the individuality itself is not there. Ahankara balam darpam. Look, anger is a pratisiddha karma. Anger for your satisfaction is pratisiddha. Anger for others' sake is good action. Understand? Like a mummy getting angry with the baby. Just think of it. Just an ordinary behavior. I'm not talking because mommy wants to take the drug and therefore the child is taking the money, therefore he is angry. I'm not talking that type of mama or that type of papa, father, mother, not that type of stuff. The mommy gives everything to child. Eat food in time, your dresses are organized, food is organized, clothes are, your books are organized, shoes are organized, everything is organized. And the child doesn't do anything except wasting his time, sleeping, eating, doing nothing. Now the mother gets, or the father gets very angry. Don't do that, baby. The visitor who comes, what shall he say? Hey, look at this mummy behaving like a Rakshas. Look at the father look like a Rakshas. Huh? Is there anybody who loves the child more than the parents? The visitor's love is 1 second. That is why when visitors pour everything onto you, don't be deluded by that. A visitor can show you all affection because he stays there for a day. Understand? But that is where people are surprised. Oh, that uncle is so sweet. Uncle is so sweet because he comes once in a while. Live with the uncle, then you know how dirty the stupid uncle is. One day you go somewhere. So naturally, oh, it's so nice. It's like going to a place. You come into the Tiruvannamalai in December. Whoa! Swamiji, Tiruvannamalai, paradise. I only smile. Why? Come back in May. When you come back in May, you shall run for your life because fire and brimstone. The heat will greet you. Are you getting that? So same thing. You have seen the winter mood or the spring mood of a person. One who stays with you for a day, he shows you only the spring side of the life. So that is why affairs are so exciting. Affairs are very, husband and wife, bad time. Affairs, woo, absolutely exciting. Why? Because springtime. I'm the best of my mood, you are in the best of your mood, so hi, hello, everything. You don't see my problem, I don't see your problem. Fantastic. But always husbands are boring, wives are stupid. Affairs, firework. Why? Think. Please see that. So mother's anger is not anger. This is simple, ordinary example. Wise man who is happy with himself, one with God. There is absolutely no reason why he can ever come under a spell of ignorance. Therefore, even if it is like a policeman using a gun, it's a use a gun, but not for killing for pleasure. That is why sarva karmani kurvan, meaning doing every action, whatever is needed. Not that sanction is given does not mean the fellow kills anybody. No. What it means, even that is done also is okay. Why? Because he is not there, the doer is not there. When you are playing a role, listen, when you are playing a role in a drama, What is that you can do, what is that you cannot do? Suppose Hitler, you are playing the Hitler roles and shout, fight, kick, everything. No, I can shout but I cannot kick. Huh? You are not kicking, the role is kicking. And you do all that nonsense and come out and say, did I do it nicely? Yes. Immediate change, quick change of emotions. Why? You are acting. Ask yourself, friends, when you are acting or you are in it? And if you are in it, lost in that action, even your good action will destroy others. When you are conscious, your so-called nishiddha karma will be a blessing for others. When you are unconscious, even your help is a load. Why? Because by chance somebody does not acknowledge your help, you shall make his life miserable. Did I not do this for you? Now you are talking like that to me? Whereas a conscious person is, why are you doing it? Because it is done by me. Maya kartavyam iti buddhya karoti. Because it is to be done, therefore I do. Why do you help? What else to do? If the fellow is such an ungrateful wretch, yeah, but doesn't matter. He is hungry, give him food, don't worry about it. But when you are you getting that point, please? When you are unconscious, even your good action is a pain. Because you will remind your action to everybody later on. Did I not do this? How much I did for my child? How much I did for my father? How much I did for my society? But everybody is talking like this. So you didn't do for society. If you really did for them, listen, if you really did for them, you do it for its own sake. They don't recognize, so what? I am happy with myself. I was happy doing it. I am happy doing it. I don't repent. Why? I did what I should have done. Finished. It's a fantastic attitude, understand? Where you happy with yourself. Tasmat, mat prasadat. When you do with this attitude, mat prasadat, every result it becomes prasad. You offer the action. Result is the prasad. When you are accepting the prasad from the temple, you don't say, hey, only water you are giving, leaves, flowers, am I a cat or a cow or a rat? No. Anything comes from the sanctum, accept it. We have already explained it. The whole universe is the sanctum of the universe, the sanctum of Ishvara. From the womb of the unknown, whatever result comes, you move on in life. What result comes on your way, you act on. What result comes on your way, prasadam. Without expecting result, you cannot function. That is, I don't translate it. Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phalesu kadachana. You have got full right over the action, no right over the result. No. Listen. Or no, without expecting result, goes on acting. No, you cannot act on without expecting result. Expect the result, act. But when the result comes, accept it. That becomes prasada buddhi. As a result, whatever thoughts was pushing you for activity, you expressed it, you feel relieved. Abba. Now suppose, you are angry with somebody, I must give him a piece of my mind. Now before you giving that piece of your mind, think consequences. What will happen? If I do this, you'll do this. If you do this, you'll do this. You'll do this, do this. Oh boy, I don't think I should take it. Thought level, cut it off. Suppose you say, you cannot do it. Okay, I do it. Doesn't matter. If you, without seeing the consequences, you do it. When the consequences come, you get really terribly hit. But suppose you are a conscious actor, a result comes, you tell yourself, all right, you could not keep your anger. You told it, now get it. You are a totally different person. Are you getting that? If you repent for what you have done, you add to your misery, you add to your agitation. I should not have done. Why did I do? That means unconscious action. If you prasada buddhi, accepting result, mat prasadat vapna sashvatam padam abhyam padam shashvatam avapnoti. Hey Arjuna, with the prasada buddhi, the mind is thus antakarana suddhi. disposition is all right, you cannot escape the Saswata Chirantana Ajo Nitya Saswata Yam Purana Nahanyate Hanyamane Sarira. You can escape. Being with yourself is unborn, immortal, absolute. Call it God if you choose. How shall I do? Read. Chetasa sarva karmani Maishanyasya matparah Buddhi yogam upasritye Macchitta satatam bhava Macchitta sarva durgani Matprasadat tarishyasi Atha chetvam ahankarat Nasrosyasi vinangshasi Chetasa sarva karmani Maishanyasya matparah Buddhi yogam upasritye Macchitta satatam bhava Macchitta sarva durgani Matprasadat tarishyasi Atha chetvam ahankarat Nasrosyasi vinangshasi. Yes, so sarva karmani kurvana, as I told you, even sometimes extremities, like a prasansa, that is ativada, even if it does something, but nishiddha karma also, it becomes a blessing. There is a Sufi story on that. There was a young man, and he was very well known to the king, Sultan. The Sultan, he was named this, so very arrogant, but he'll do whatever he likes. There was one Malik, his name was, he's a minister, and he wanted to chastise that boy, young fellow, and he said, you should not be talking like this. You should not be doing things like this. He wanted to talk. Then one day, he met him, and he told the young fellow, look, why don't you behave yourself a little nicely? He said, why? What did I do? I'm a happy man. He said, you are a happy man, but you are making other people unhappy. I am going to report it to the king. He said, king will not listen to you. Because he is so well known to king. The king will not listen to you. Whatever you say, the king will not bother. I am going to tell it to God. He said, God is too forgiving to take note of me. Don't worry. Now the fellow didn't know what to do. Then, anyway, he was living his life. One day he could not take it anymore. He said, I must go and chastise him. As he was coming, the story, that's what the Sufi story, the voice comes. Don't touch my friend. Now this man was confused. He's God's friend. Innocent. He didn't know what to do, but he has already come. And he saw him. Then he said, now why did you come? Now the young man asked, now why did you come? He said, I came really to chastise you, to tell you that you should not be behaving like that. He said, but for what? I told you, no? God is too forgiving. He is not going to bother for me. I am not an idiot. What are you talking? He don't worry about it. Then he said, that's what? When I was coming to do that for you, I heard a voice which said, don't touch my friend. He said, what did you say? He said, don't touch my friend. The person changed. He told me I am his friend. The minister left. After a few years, some 30, 40 years, he goes back to a holy place and he sees this man as a dervish. Then he recognizes the minister. And he said, "What are you doing here?" He said, "You told me I was his friend. I searched for him. I'm here." And then he passed, died there. Story. Understand? How near to God you are depends on you. Why? Because nobody is farther or nearer. You are in it. God is not sitting down somewhere. Ishavasya idam sarvam. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat abhyakta murtina. Ena yatah pravritti bhutanam. Ena sarvam idam tatam. All this you have to think. From which everything has come, by which everything is pervaded. By me, everything is pervaded. That in it is yourself. How can you escape? Therefore, being with yourself, what all action passes through you, for your individuality is not. Never do anything for your personal pleasure. You take that into account, you'll know your life will change. You shall not do anything for your personal pleasure. Why are you doing it? I shall be happy. If you say, I am doing it so that I shall be happy, you shall be miserable. Why are you doing it? Happy, therefore doing it. Abba, it's different. One with God. If I do this, God will be pleased. You will be miserable. How are you going to please God? Is he such an unpleasant person sitting there, a frowning, grumpy old man sitting somewhere? You have to please him. He must be nuts. Are you getting that point, please? When you say Ishvara, you understand? There is no God and I. Remember those things. 11th chapter, 12th chapter, all that we have seen. Can't explain it again and again. Understand? So, what shall I do? Chetasa sarvakarmani maishanyasya matpara. See the language. Underline that. One word. Chetasa. Why? Usually people think sarvakarmani sanyasya. How? Chetasa. Mentally giving up, not physically giving up. Physically inactive is being stupid. Chetasa sarvakarmani sanyasya. What a language. Physically tremendously active, but doership is given up. Oof. The wind blows, but never says I blow. The river flows, never says I flow. Nature never repents, neither exalts. Beautiful spring weather, the nature is not waiting to be acknowledged. There's a typhoon passes, nature doesn't come back and say, I'm sorry. Action takes place. Like that, you are. Sarvakarmani chetasa sanyastya. Never you are the doer at any time. I help, I don't help. No. Occasion arises. Can I do something? Yes. I cannot do. Thank you. That is why people receive from you just like what they deserve. If your heart is absolutely beautiful, you cannot favor somebody, cannot punish somebody for no reason. It doesn't work. It's like the vast ocean is there. How much water can you take? Depends how big pot you have. How much can you take from somebody? Depends what type of mind you have. Ishvara. When you are packed with ahankar, you don't give anything, receive anything. It's like hand that is closed. What shall it receive? It never gives. What is the question of receiving? Understand? Think for it, please. Chetasa sarvakarmani maishanyasya giving up every action to me, O Lord, is yours. Just like Draupadi, Draupadi was, they were removing his dhoti, what is that? Whatever she was putting on her sari. Draupadi was draped with sari, right? Dusasana, Duryodhana, not Duryodhana. Duryodhana sitting on king. Dusasana, pull. And he is holding on to it, calling Krishna. Nothing, nobody heard. He gave up. As long as you are trying to protect, why should somebody come? Give up. Now Dusasana is tired. The dhoti doesn't end. As long as you think you can take care, nobody steps in. You do your part, leave it to God. This is Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga mipasritya machita satatam bhava. Buddhi Yoga mipasritya. So don't be inactive. Act on in life, but Buddhi Yogam Buddhi Yogam upasritya. Buddhi Yogam. What is Buddhi Yogam? Buddhi Yogam is what? Mai samahita buddhi. There is nothing other than me, Ishware. Like second chapter is that Buddhi Yoga Imam Srunu. What is that? Karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Hey Arjuna, you have got full right over the action, never over the result of action. Result? Ishvara. You can decide to go up to the gate or go up to the town. Reaching or not reaching, not in your hand. Simple example. You are taking the food inside. It will go or it will get stuck and you are dead. You don't know. Think of it. Every day are you not seeing it in life? Every day. Every day. Buddhi Yogam upasitya. Machita paramasa. So Buddhi Yoga means two things are there. Buddhi Yoga at the level of the buddhi itself, intellect itself. Every thought before you express, you are conscious. Right. Attitude, after you do the karma, whatever action you do, accept the result also as it is. Buddhi Yoga, Karma Yoga, whatever you say. Bhakti Yoga, call it Bhakti, call it Buddhi, call it Karma Yoga, all one and the same. Machitta satatam bhava. Hey Arjuna, be with myself all the time. Let your mind abide me in all ways. Meaning, be yourself. Not abide me means somebody else outside. Be yourself, act on in life. Machitta sanne sarva durgani mat prasadat tarishyasi. What a language. Hey Arjuna, machitta sanne. When your mind, my Vasudeva, before is a Vasudeva. Ishware, call it Ishwara, call it Vasudeva. Why Vasudeva? Vasayati sarvan Vasu, which accommodates everything. Dyatanatma Devam, light of consciousness, that which is like Akasavat, Avakasadatu, which accommodates everything. In that, Machittaha, you are always abiding in this. As a result, Mat prasadat, since you are always with myself, that being with yourself is the highest prayer, the best grace, the best, what best? That is the wisdom, that is the devotion, that is everything. To see God in yourself, to be the self is to be the God. When God says, I, individual says, I, absolute meaning is same. Relative, when Jiva has one body at your disposal, God has total body at disposal. Like a cell in your body. When the cell says I, it is a tiny cell. When the person says I, trillion cells are together. When I say I, individually, I say I, no cell can stand apart. No limbs can stand apart. When I am walking, the hand cannot say, I am not going with you. The liver cannot say, I am dropping out of the travel. Can't. Listen carefully. When the universe on the move, can you drop out of the race? Drop out of the time, race of time? Even if you are sitting down there, you are aging. You came here at 4:15. You'll walk out at 5:15, 5:30. 1 hour older. You didn't do anything. Aging. Aging is not our job. Aging, call it aging, call it dying, call it living. But ultimately, listen, as even a wave cannot die in the body of ocean, changes. No human being can die, or nothing can die in the body of totality. In one form or the other, you are continuing a huge recycling. Ishvara alone is. Therefore, your living is a prayer. Sarva Durgani Mat Prasada Tarishyasi. Because of this vision, this awareness, Sarva Durgani. Durgani means Dukkhani. Sarva Durkhani, Sarvani Dustarani, Sansara Hetu Jatani, whatever difficulties on the way apparently there, you shall go away. Why? When you are interested in yourself, happiness yourself, nothing else appears to be miserable anymore. Are you getting that? Think, friends. If you are stuck on food, then you shall say, this food is so stupid. I don't like the potato. I don't like the laddu. I don't like this thing. I don't like that. But suppose you are fasting. What type of food is there? Others. Or you are too full. Are you getting that? When you are happy with yourself, same way, you are happy with yourself. So what shall you have? What is there? This thing. Okay, bring it. Nothing is there? Keep it. You understand the freedom. It is amazing. That is why average person gets, really gets knocked out. Bugged by this idea. Because the person cannot grasp it. To deal with a wise man is so wily, so difficult. Because whatever you say, yes. Can I do this? No. No, I am not going to give you. Keep it. But I am going to give it. All right, bring it. But why should I give you? Yeah, why should you give me? But take it. All right, take it. Hey. Why don't you ask? Why don't you demand? I don't want. The language becomes so, you understand, average person becomes confused. Totally confused. Understand? That's why be wise. Not friend of a wise. Don't say know a wise man. You'll be in trouble. I'm not telling Chandogya Upanishad. Chandogya Upanishad, when the son is going for the studies, the father, who is a Brahmavit, a wise man, tells the son, baby, son, our Kule, in our dynasty, Brahmavit bhavati, Brahmabandhuna bhavati. In our family, in our dynasty, everybody has become a Brahmavit, knower of the Brahman. They know the truth for themselves. Brahmabandhuna bhavati. They don't become friends with the Brahmavit. You are going to the Gurukula, come back as a Brahmavit, not my teacher is a Brahmavit. I know him intimately. You cannot know a Brahmavit intimately unless you know yourself intimately. Intimacy with God begins with intimacy with yourself. Intimacy with a wise man begins with intimacy with yourself. If you are not intimate with yourself, you shall never feel intimate with anybody in this universe. Understand? If you are not a happy person with yourself, you can never be happy with anybody or anything in this universe. Why? You are unhappy. You try it out, you shall see. Why people are disappointed? Looking for happiness somewhere instead of being happy with themselves. Even though it is so simple, people take it as a religious, mysticism, spirituality, nonsense. Being happy with yourself is absolutely normal. It doesn't require any prayatna. We saw that. No. Prayatna bhavat. Why? To be the body, what should you do? To dress up? Problem. Right? To be the body, what should you do? To dress up? To dress the body? What a headache. How many dresses? Nothing is enough. How many bodies? Being yourself. And picking up a thought, idea. Being conscious is easy, or conscious of a thought is easy. Understand that all the time. That is why Ishvara, so easy. Susukham kartum. The easiest thing in life is being yourself, being one with God, infinity, absolute, immortality, happiness. Difficult thing is to be miserable. But the difficult thing is very easy for people. So easy to be miserable, so difficult to be happy. Is it difficult to reach a point in space or to the space itself? Which is more difficult? To reach space is difficult, or reach a point in space is difficult? Reaching a point in space is difficult because it is far distance. Reaching the space, what reaching the space? I'm already in space. Being happy is difficult, or being happy with something is difficult. Being happy with something, the price you have to pay, not through your nose, through your whole body. Depends on what time, what you are using. You have to pay through your what? Whole body. Being happy with yourself, what shall the body do? Any condition also is okay. What thought? Every thought is okay. Sarva Durgani Mat Prasadat Parishyasi. Hey Arjuna, hold on to me. Call it God if you like. Call it truth if you like. Call it consciousness if you like. Call it Brahman if you like. It just doesn't matter. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti sabdyate. In Bhagavatam it comes, Vyasa writes, some people call it Brahman, some people call it Paramatma, some people call it Bhagavan. You don't like those names, pick up your own name, but be yourself. Athachet, and see the next line. Hey Arjuna, if you have this attitude, you be yourself, one with me, you shall, no obstacle shall appear as obstacle. No situation shall appear as daunting, as something unsurpassable. Whereas, athachetvam ahankarat na srosyasi. Ahankarat na srosyasi chet. Srosyasi, if you shall not listen, whatever I say, if you do not listen, why? Ahankarat. What does this fellow know? What does this book know? Na srosyasi chet. Vinangshasi. You shall destroy yourself. This is a general line for the humanity. This principle, if you ignore, others will not suffer, you will suffer. Understand? Are you getting that point, please? It's a simple thing. This is the mechanism of functioning in life. First, know yourself. Be yourself. Consciously express every thought, every action, accept the result. Never lose sight of the totality, Ishvara, Samashti, macrocosm. Understand? By lifting your hand, we forget the whole body is participating, right or wrong? While seeing things, do you remember your eyes? While looking at things, do you remember your eyes? You do not. If you remember your eyes, do you remember there is a brain behind it? There is a mind behind it? That is consciousness. Understand? In every perception, you can't lose sight of yourself. You can't afford to lose sight of yourself. Call it Ishvara if you like. I don't believe in this. No problem. Vinangshasi. You shall destroy yourself. You shall not know how to see, how to hear, how to taste, how to touch, how to smell. Because you shall be looking for happiness somewhere, contentment somewhere, happiness somewhere. Understand? That is why it's like running after a mirage, dead tired. At the end of life's journey, how many people are fresh? Ask yourself the question. You have traveled, if not the end of the journey, you have traveled already 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years of life. At the end of your journey, how refreshed you are and how tired you are. As you on the travel, have you felt, Abba, Krutyam Krutameva, all that is to be done is done. Abba. Atmarati, Atmakrida, Atmatuttasya Manava. Reveling in himself, playing with himself, Ishvara. Or are you tired? So many things to be done. Swamiji, you don't know samsara. As though we are out of the samsara. You know. You don't know what happens in a family. You have one man, one woman, we have 1,000 people. Understand? Ask yourself, whichever state you are in, Brahmachari, Brahmarakshas, Swami, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Banapras, doesn't matter. Whatever type of mind you have got, Brahmana mind, Kshatriya mind, Shudra mind, Vaishya mind, wonderful mind, stupid mind. Whatever you have done in this world, rich, poor, powerful, powerless, pause for a while and think, are you satisfied? At the end of the journey, are you tired, exhausted, or absolutely refreshed? If you are refreshed, Matchitta sarva durgani matprasada tarishyasi Ishvara. Ya Devi sarvabhutesu sarvarupena samstita. Namastasya, namastasya, namastasya. Call it Devata, Devi, Ishvara, Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudramarutastunnanti Divyaistavehi. Yasyantana Vidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Nama. In between two levels, just to understand. Where everybody revels, which all the Vedas talk, all the gods worship, whose end nobody knows. Are you aware of it yourself? Sarva Durgani Tarishyasi. Ahankarat, not Sosyasi Jet. I don't believe all these things. Good. Very nice. My pressure is up. Only pressure. Soon everything will be up. Don't worry. Just think. Life is such a pain. Only little pain. Wait, it will be hell. You shall make it very beautiful hell for yourself. Why? Ahankarat. I thought. Understand? Tasma vinangshasi. Hey Arjuna. Therefore, we shall see tomorrow. Okay, so this, we shall stop, we shall see tomorrow. And another 5-6 verses with which Bhagavad Gita will go over. Rest of it like that. Okay, we shall see tomorrow. Enjoy yourself. Have a nice time. Think over every moment. Ask that question. At the end of your life journey, so far, you have traveled, 15, 20, 30 years you have traveled. Are you refreshed or exhausted? Ask. Close your eyes.